6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
D4, E6, E3, D5, F4, C5, Knight F3, C takes D4, E takes D4, Knight C6, Bishop E2, Bishop D6, Short Castle, Queen C7, King H1, Bishop takes F4, Bishop takes F4, Queen takes F4, Knight C3, Queen C7, Knight E5, Knight takes E5, D takes E5, Queen takes E5, Bishop F3, Queen C7, Queen D3, Knight F6, Rook AE1, Short Castle, Bishop D1, Bishop D7, Knight E2. D4, E5, D takes E5, F6, Knight F3, F takes E5, Bishop G5, Knight F6, Knight takes E5, H6, Bishop H4, D6, Knight F3, Bishop E7, E3, Short Castle, C4, Bishop F5, Knight C3, C6, Knight D4, Bishop H7, Bishop D3, Knight BD7, Bishop takes H7 check, King takes H7, Knight E6, Queen E8, Knight takes F8 check, Queen takes F8, Queen C2 check, King H8, Knight E2, Knight E5. E4, Knight C6, D4, E5, D5, Knight F6, D takes C6, D takes C6, Knight C3, Queen takes D1 check, King takes D1, Bishop D6, Knight F3, Short Castle, Bishop D3, Rook E8, Bishop G5, H6, Bishop takes F6, G takes F6, King D2, Bishop E6, Rook AE1, B5, A3, A5, H4, B4, A takes B4, A takes B4, Knight E2, C5, Rook B1, Rook A5, B3, Bishop D7, G4, Bishop B5, G5, H takes G5, H takes G5, F takes G5. E4, E5, Bishop C4, Knight F6, Queen F3, Bishop C5, Knight C3, D5, D3, D takes C4, D takes C4, Knight C6, Queen D1, Queen E7, Queen d8 check. Queen takes d8. Bishop d2. Queen e7. Bishop e3. Short castle. Bishop d2. Knight d4. Bishop e3. e4. c5. d4. c takes d4. Queen takes d4. d6. Queen e3. Knight f6. Knight c3. e6. Bishop d3. Bishop e7. Bishop d2. Short castle. Long castle. Knight bd7. Knight f3. a6. h4. Knight b6. h5. d4. e5. c3. e takes d4. c takes d4. Knight f6. Knight c3. Bishop e7. Knight f3. Short castle. Bishop g5. d5. Bishop takes f6. Bishop takes f6. e3. c5. a3. c takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight c6. Knight takes c6. b takes c6. Bishop d3. Bishop e6. Short castle. g6. Queen c2. Bishop g7. Rook a c1. g3. e5. Bishop g2. Knight f6. e3. d6. d4. Bishop e7. d takes e5. d takes e5. Queen takes d8 check. Bishop takes d8. Knight c3. Short castle. Bishop d2. Knight c6. Knight ge2. Bishop e6. Short castle. e4. Rook a c1. Bishop e7. Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4. Bishop takes e4. Bishop d6. Bishop c3. f6. Bishop g2. Bishop f7. Knight d4. Knight takes d4. e4. e5. d4. Knight c6. d takes e5. Knight takes e5. Knight f3. Knight takes f3 check. Queen takes f3. Queen f6. Queen e3. b6. e3. e5. Bishop b2. e4. e3. d5. d3. Knight f6. d takes e4. d takes e4. Queen takes d8 check. King takes d8. Knight c3. Bishop d6. Long castle. King e7. f3. Bishop e6. f takes e4. Knight c6. Knight f3. Knight e5. Bishop d3. Knight takes f3. G takes f3. Knight d7. e5. Bishop takes e5. f4. Bishop d6. e4. e5. d4. Knight c6. D takes e5. Bishop b4 check. c3. Bishop a5. Knight f3. Bishop b6. e6. Knight e5. E takes f7 check. Knight takes f7. Bishop d3. Knight f6. Short castle. Short castle. Rook e1. d6. Bishop e3. Bishop g4. Bishop takes b6. A takes b6. h3. e4. c5. d4. Knight c6. D takes c5. e6. Knight f3. Bishop takes c5. Knight c3. Knight f6. Bishop e3. Bishop takes e3. F takes e3. Short castle. Queen d3. d5. E takes d5. Knight takes d5. Knight takes d5. Queen takes d5. Queen takes d5. E takes d5. Long castle. Knight b4. a3. Knight a6. Bishop d3. Bishop e6. h4. Knight c5. Bishop e2. Rook ac8. h5. h6. King b1. Knight e4. Knight f3. e5. Knight c3. e4. Knight takes e4. d5. Knight c3. Knight f6. d4. Bishop b4. e3. Short castle. Bishop d2. Bishop e6. Knight e2. Bishop d6. Bishop c3. Knight c6. Knight g3. a6. Bishop e2. b5. Short castle. b4. Bishop d2. b3. C takes b3. Knight e7. h3. Knight g6. Queen e1. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight f6. Bishop c4. Bishop c5. Knight c3. d5. E takes d5. Queen d6. d3. Short castle. Knight b5. Queen e7. Bishop g5. h6. Bishop h4. a6. Knight c3. Bishop g4. Knight e4. Bishop d6. Knight takes f6 check. G takes f6. h3. Bishop h5. g4. Bishop g6. Bishop g3. Knight c6. h4. Knight d8. e4. e5. d4. Knight c6. d takes e5. Knight takes e5. Knight f3. Knight takes f3 check. Queen takes f3. Queen f6. Queen e3. Bishop b4 check. c3. Bishop a5. f3. Bishop b6. Queen e2. d6. Bishop e3. Bishop e6. Bishop takes b6. A takes b6. Queen e3. Queen d8. Bishop c4. Knight e7. Bishop takes e6. F takes e6. Short castle. Short castle. Knight d2. e4. e5. Knight c3. Knight f6. Knight f3. Bishop c5. d3. Knight g4. Bishop e3. Knight takes e3. F takes e3. Bishop takes e3. Queen e2. Bishop c5. Long castle. Bishop b4. d4. Bishop takes c3. B takes c3. E takes d4. e4. g6. d4. Bishop g7. Knight c3. e6. Bishop e3. Knight e7. Bishop d3. d5. E takes d5. E takes d5. Queen d2. Short castle. Long castle. c5. D takes c5. Knight bc6. Knight f3. d4. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. h4. Knight df5. Queen e2. Knight takes e3. F takes e3. Queen c7. h5. Bishop f5. H takes g6. H takes g6. Bishop takes f5. Knight takes f5. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight f6. d4. E takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight takes e4. Bishop c4. Knight f6. Knight f5. d5. Queen e2 check. Bishop e7. Bishop b3. Bishop takes f5. c3. Short castle. King f1. Bishop c5. Bishop e3. Bishop takes e3. Queen takes e3. Rook e8. Knight d2. Rook takes e3. F takes e3. Knight c6. King e2. Knight e4. Rook a e1. Knight takes d2. King takes d2. Bishop e4. d4, e5, e3, e takes d4, e takes d4, knight f6, c3, bishop e7, f4, short castle, knight f3, c5, bishop d3, c takes d4, c takes d4, d5, short castle, knight c6, knight e5, bishop e6, rook f3, knight takes e5, f takes e5, knight e4, knight d2, knight takes d2, bishop takes d2, f6, h3, f takes e5, rook takes f8 check, queen takes f8, queen f3, e takes d4, queen takes f8 check, rook takes f8, rook f1, bishop f6, g4, bishop d7, g5, bishop e7, e4, e5, d4, d6, d takes e5, c6, e takes d6, bishop takes d6, knight f3, knight d7, knight c3, knight e7, queen takes d6, short castle, queen d1, queen c7, bishop d3, knight f6, bishop e3, knight g4, king d2, knight takes e3, f takes e3, knight g6, queen e2, bishop e6, rook a f1, rook a d8, king c1, bishop takes a2, knight takes a2, e4, e5, bishop c4, knight f6, d3, d5, knight c3, d takes c4, d takes c4, queen takes d1 check, king takes d1, bishop c5, bishop g5, bishop takes f2, bishop takes f6, g takes f6, knight f3, bishop d4, rook f1, knight c6, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, knight e2, c5, knight takes d4, c takes d4, rook takes f6, bishop e6, king e2, bishop takes c4 check, king d2, bishop e6, rook a f1, long castle, b3, king b8, e4, f5, d4, f takes e4, knight c3, knight f6, bishop e3, d5, f3, e6, f takes e4, d takes e4, queen d2, c5, long castle, queen a5, a3, knight c6, d takes c5, knight b4, a takes b4, queen a1 check, knight b1, e4, d5, d4, d takes e4, knight c3, knight f6, f3, bishop g4, f takes g4, knight takes g4, queen takes g4, e6, queen takes e4, knight c6, bishop e3, bishop e7, bishop b5, bishop h4 check, g3, bishop f6, bishop takes c6 check, king f8, bishop takes b7, rook b8, bishop c6, rook takes b2, knight ge2, rook b1 check, rook takes b1, bishop takes d4, bishop takes d4, queen d6, short castle, queen takes g3 check, e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, bishop c4, bishop c5, d3, d5, short castle, d takes c4, d takes c4, queen takes d1, rook takes d1, short castle, rook e1, knight c6, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, king h1, bishop e6, f4, knight takes c4, e5, knight d5, b3, knight cb6, c4, knight e7, a3, a5, bishop d2, knight c6, knight c3, bishop d4, knight b5, bishop takes a1, rook takes a1, rook a c8, bishop e3, rook f d8, bishop f2,